Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Ink comparison day. Thought we'd take a look at a couple of Inkvent inks. Thought we'd start with the day 25, so we got all the best from 2021. We got best wishes from 2022, a red and a green ink. Thought it'd be an interesting comparison. So join me now, down on the table. We'll look at the swatch cards, we'll do some writing samples, and I'll give you my thoughts on these inks. Here we are down on the table. Here are my two bottles of ink. So these are from the past two Inkvent calendars. So we've got all the best from the 2021 calendar and best wishes from the 2022 one. I don't have the equivalent day 25 ink from the previous one because that was before I got back into fountain pen, so I don't have that calendar at all. These are the 30ml bottles that come in the calendar. You can buy 50ml bottles. The 50ml bottles are priced up just recently at Cult Pens in the UK. For all the best, that was $22 for that 50ml bottle. That works out at 44 cents per milliliter. For best wishes, it was $25 for 50ml, which works out at 50 cents per milliliter. So they aren't cheap, not expensive, and I do find they're quite nice inks. Now, both of these inks have got shimmer in them. I'm going to turn it over here because they've been laid on the back. There you can see the shimmer. So before I do my writing tests today, I'm going to make sure I give them a good shake to get that shimmer into suspension, so hopefully we can see some of the shimmer. Let's take a look at my swatch cards. So we've got Diamine All the Best, and there we've got Diamine Best Wishes. So we'll start with All the Best. So All the Best, it's got this reddish colour as the background. Then we've got this gorgeous gold sheen, and that hint of that bluey, that purpley shimmer there. Really loads coming out on here. I say that was 2021, day 25. And Best Wishes, 2022, day 25. Here we've got the green background. We've got this gorgeous, I want to say like a dark coppery type colour there in the sheen. And then we're getting hits there of a green shimmer. Let's take a look at the chromatography. Not expecting these to be anywhere near similar. You know, they're two very different colours. I just wanted to compare them because they were both day 25s. So fairly simple chromatography here on All the Best. So we've got that dusty, I'm going to call it purpley pink line. Got into some nice pink, some oranges. Then we've gone to crimson colours at the top. With Best Wishes, we've got that blue colour, a little bit of green. Back to some blue, loads of a nice bright green. Then we've got some gorgeous bright blue in there, all coming together to make up that colour. Looks very nice. Sounds okay, doesn't it there? But what we really want to do is we want to see how does it look on paper. Here's my Oxford Optic notebook. This is a black and red notebook. I know I'm just using the bottom of another piece. For my writing tests, as usual, I'm going to be using the Serendipity dip pen. Here we go. Broad Yoho nib on this. I like to use this because it's easy for me to clean out, so I can clean the pen very easily between uses. So our first ink is Diamine All the Best. As I say, shimmer, so I need to agitate the ink. My wife keeps telling me I'm very good at agitating things. Well, actually she says I'm very good at agitating her. So let's give this a good shake and get that all into solution. And then we'll quickly dip the pen so we can hopefully capture as much of that shimmer in the solution. As usual, I've just scribbled off on a bit of scrap paper. So we start with Diamine All the Best. Quite wet looking, isn't it? Going to write a sentence. Quite enjoying writing this. This is really nice. I'm just going to scribble here a little bit. What I want to do is give a good chance to get any of that sheen and that shimmer to come through. And we'll just do it very tight. There we go. Hopefully that'll help. Maybe even go over a couple of times. just to see what we can get from it. So that's Diamine All the Best. Just going to step away and I'm going to give that pen a clean and we'll come back and look at Best Wishes. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. So I'm back now with a cleaned out pen. Time to give the other ink a go. So I'm going to just move this up ever so slightly. So the other ink, Best Wishes. Again, got that shimmer, so it needs agitating. Off I go, giving it a good shake. Really getting that mixed up. Hopefully get plenty of that shimmer into suspension. And then we're back here and we've got Diamine. Best Wishes. Our sentence. This doesn't feel as wet as the All the Best did. Seems to be clinging better to the nib. I know it's a very subjective thing to say that really, isn't it? There we go. And then scribble. And because we want to try get that shimmer to come through, let's go nice and tight here. Go over there a couple of times. Trying to just repeat what I did with the previous one. So we've got a good comparison there. Very nice though. So that's Diamine Best Wishes. One of the things that always annoys me with doing these, look at my poor hands, they get covered in ink. So these will be getting a good scrub after this video. I'm going to put this over to one side. Let's give that a few minutes to dry. Whilst it's drying, fetching my Tomoe River notebook. This is, again, another notepad, 52 GSM, and it's the old Tomoe River paper. So we're looking here at the Bennu Talisman. So I do with most of my pens and inks, I try to do a page in here to get an idea. It's a consistent paper, it's a good paper. Hopefully, you can see the sheen. Loads and loads of gold sheen coming off. See if I can try and capture that better on the camera for you. To my eye, I'm seeing loads of it. If we look here on where I say the ink has, there we're also definitely seeing the blue shimmer coming through on that, but it's also coming through on some of the other words as well. Very nice. I like the base colour as well. Nice, like a crimsony burgundy type colour. I'm not very good with naming colours, so I could be wrong with the actual proper name, but that's what it makes me feel like. A bit like looking at blood in a way. But yeah, here we've got, on the ink, definitely we've got the base, we've got the sheen, and we've got the shimmer all coming through. I'd say hopefully it's coming out on camera. If we go back in time a bit, here we've got Bennu Talisman and Diamine Best Wishes. So both of these have been written with the same pen. The Bennu Talisman with a broad nib. This is the Dragon's Blood. Beautiful pen. It's one of the pens I try to use in Christmas time. That's why I've put these Christmas inks in it really, because you know, sparkly inks, sheening inks go really well with that Bennu pen. So here, again, not sure how well it's coming through. I'm seeing on, this is another, seeing loads of that gorgeous green shimmer coming through there. Also seeing some of that red sheen. I've got to be honest, I think the sheen is more pronounced on All the Best. But I do see more of the shimmer coming through here with Best Wishes. So just trying to get this into different lights, give it the best chance to hopefully capture something that you can see on camera. Hard for me to tell what's coming through because I'm just looking at a preview, so I'm not seeing actually what you will see. I'm just seeing a little tiny screen. It's fetching that Oxford Optic paper again. So the inks have now had time to dry. Let's look we'll start here with the Diamine All the Best. You know, as we expect on that first line, loads of the shimmer coming through. Loads of that blue pop in there. Hopefully, again, it captures on the camera. We've got this gorgeous, like crimsony background coming through. And loads of gold sheen. I do find the gold sheen on All the Best comes up better than what I see with the sheen from Best Wishes. And then where I've done this big one here where I tried to get a load on, you can see hopefully they're coming over on the camera. You can see that blue shimmer really pop in there. With Best Wishes, looks more green to me, so I'm seeing more of the base colour in my writing. Seeing quite a lot of the red sheen. I'm actually seeing more red sheen on this Oxford Optic paper than I did on the Tomoe River paper. Could be because this was dipped so it was wetter, whereas coming out of the nib from a converter in the actual pen, maybe there's not as much ink coming out. But we're still seeing that gorgeous red sheen, and see how the green there, the green shimmer really popping, really fetching this ink to life. Both of them really nice. If I was forced to pick between the two of them, I've got to be honest, I would pick the Best Wishes, mainly because it's, you know, that greeny leaning colour. I like green. Green's my favourite colour. You know, and I think in here, in this talisman, is a very good match. Still, you can still see it's still a bit wet. I've just smudged it a bit there. You know, so we've got the red from that shimmer. We've got the green from the base coat. We've also got the green from the shimmer. Very nice. Both enjoyable inks, both nice inks. Both inks I don't really use as much as I should. My biggest concern, my biggest issue is because they're shimmer inks. And I do find with a number of my pens, I get issues with shimmer inks that they block the feed. It's not a problem. What I do is I limit it to pens that I know I can easily pull apart, that I can take the nib and feed out, because I just put them through my ultrasonic cleaner. That generally shifts anything that's stuck. So not too much of an issue. If it's a pen that I know I'm going to fill and not use very often, again, I won't use a shimmer ink because it dries out as the ink evaporates a bit. That shimmer gets more concentrated, again, can cause flow issues. So if I'm going to put in a pen, I need to know I'm going to be able to empty that pen out within, say, 2 weeks, just so that I can get the best results from it. But they're my thoughts on the Day 25 inks from the past 2 Inkvent calendars. All the best and best wishes. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. What are your thoughts on these inks? Have you tried comparing them against each other? I just thought it'd be an interesting way of looking at them. Please drop a comment down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Please hit the thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.